Hey, I wanted to take just a couple minutes to share what led me on my journey to find Prometheus, because I believe many of you may be on a similar journey yourself. So it started with me seeking energy, actually. Not just any energy, a very specific type of energy, what I've come to call mood energy. And mood energy is different than awake energy or stimulant energy. So it's not what you get when you drink coffee. You know, every day people drink coffee or they drink an energy drink and they wake up, but they still don't feel like doing the things on their list or even making a list, right? So there's a difference between being awake and having the drive to go do stuff. The go do stuff is what I've come to call mood energy. You're in the mood to apply your energy. So my research led me to understand that a big source of mood energy comes from hormonal balance. Specifically, what your body does with its available total testosterone. And this is for men and women. How much of that gets bounded up and rendered useless? How much of that gets converted to estrogen, which causes all kinds of nasty complications, especially in women? How much of that gets converted to DHT? That has its own list of issues, like hair loss in men and things like that. And how much of it survives all those things to be available in your body as free testosterone? Because free testosterone is an amplifier of what I call mood energy. So regardless of how much total testosterone you currently have as a man or a woman, the percent that's left over after that maze it goes through of common functions everybody deals with, how much is left over as free testosterone, that determines how much mood energy you have. Now, free testosterone is also a catalyst for fat loss and muscle gain and all the stuff. But what I was seeking was the mood energy aspect of free testosterone, because in my world right now, it's more valuable to me to have high mood energy than it is to have a six-pack. Both would be cool, but if I had to choose, I take the mood energy, because that's, in fact, I would say at my age, for me to get a six-pack is gonna take a high degree of mood energy. So it's all connected. So that's the journey that I got set on. And when I found an active ingredient that comes from the human food chain, it's not synthetic, man-made, it's not even herbal, it's not some blend of herbs, it's molecules from the human food chain, which is important because those molecules are readily recognized and understood by your body. And that's why they have such a huge impact on the things we're talking about, right? So it's super healthy. So that's the journey I was on that started a couple of years ago that led to the creation of Prometheus. So I highly encourage you, if you understand the value of what I call mood energy, or you know for a fact that you have low mood energy, then I strongly encourage you to give Prometheus a try. And it doesn't take that long, a month or two. And most people know, we already know what the math, we already know what's gonna happen, what the math does, right? We already know kind of what it does to levels and things like that across a broad spectrum of humans, right? Not just theoretical studies. But I'm more interested in you feeling what it does than you necessarily even understanding what it does at the end of the day. So I invite you to give Prometheus a try. Hopefully it will help you, one, notice the spark, or two, add fuel to that fire. And as always, I encourage you to find ways to play with fire.